Hey everyone, how's it going? Today?
Sorry.
I'm just gonna roll with it. We were doing the syncing beforehand, and he apparently liked the snapping a little too much. How's it going, everyone? Today, we're bringing you whiskeys. Whiskeys that are centered around what, Jabril?
Celebrities.
Cool. You know a lot about celebrities?
I know a lot about a little.
I know a little about a lot. A very little bit. I
would say I do know. I'm obviously more familiar with some of the people here than others. You know. So yeah.
Only thing that I know about celebrities right now is the specific trial that ended yesterday. I'm happy with that one. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
That's all I gotta say. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Thank God it's over.
I actually was invested in it for reasons that I can't explain. I'm an idiot. Point is that today we have whiskeys, and these whiskeys are. Well, we'll find out.
Actually, funny enough, if we were doing wine, we could probably have done somebody from that particular trial.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a fan of wine or not.
I don't need any mega pints. So today, specifically, we have Long Branch, which is Matthew McConaughey. Heaven's Door, which is...
That's gonna do the...
All right.
You did it.
I can't do it, though. It just sounded like me saying all right 3 times. Heaven's Door, which is specifically Bob Dylan. Proper 12, which was or still is, I forget if he might have sold it, but it was Conor McGregor's originally. And then Lagavulin, I have a specific Lagavulin, which Nick Offerman helped make or produce or something, or I don't know. It's Lagavulin, and it's got Nick Offerman's face on it, and it's beautiful. Today we're starting with the Long Branch. This is the Long Branch. So Long Branch is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's oak and Texas mesquite charcoal filtered. So when you think in charcoal filtered, the first whiskey you think of is Jack Daniel's. That's the one that's charcoal filtered. So it's kind of got that Tennessee type filtration type thing going on, but they do use oak and Texas mesquite. Charcoal refined. We got small batch, aged in American oak, expertly crafted. It's an 8-year whiskey. Yeah, they got a bunch of mixed drinks on the inside. Gold Rush, Long Branch Manhattan. Some interesting stuff. But Matthew McConaughey and Master Distiller Eddie Russell present a rare 8-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon honoring their shared Kentucky roots and the friends that form the longest branches of family trees. Yep. So that's that. Government warning. Drink responsibly, people. Don't be stupid. The bottle's really pretty, and the top. This is actually much larger than most bottles that you'd get for whiskey and stuff. Like comparing it specifically, like that is a bit heftier. It's got a bit more something to it.
Don't ruin my vibe, man. Look at that. What are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much. Wild Turkey is the particular company that is working with Matthew McConaughey to produce this spirit. So let's open this one and see how it sounds. Very bassy compared to most of the bottles, but not particularly loud. A little bit. bit. Not a lot of bit.
But a bit of it.
Bit of it. Got a little in my hands. A little ready, a little woody. All right. Little bit of stick. How's that smell to you?
I really actually like that smell. That's actually a really good smell going on there. You know how I do? I don't think in terms of like particular notes. I think in terms of like where I think a drink transports me.
Yes, olive.
You're not gonna let that go, are you? Mister, it doesn't matter what I think.
It doesn't.
Everybody gets
but
their
what
own.
I think is that was hilarious and awesome. Where does this transport you?
This is. The air is crisp. It's snowing outside. And I'm sitting in front of a fire. But it's a fire outside. Like it's not like I'm sitting in a cabin. It's like I'm outside, but there's a fire going.
Okay, so almost like a late fall, just starting fresh snow, a little crisp, cool air.
You know.
Are you like under something that's kind of big room type, outside room type thing with?
Actually, no. Like I'm sitting on a log. It's not freezing outside, but there's definitely a blanket of snow.
Just dipping into the like very low 30s.
Low 30s, exactly. You know, and it's just crisp is the single word that comes to mind.
Okay, I can see why there is a almost like an appley. It's a tiny bit of an alcohol. Not quite burning though. It's like almost a little nip. It's not like a bite. It isn't fully attacking your nose, but it's just enough to kind of hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Almost like barrel spice, appley. And I get a hint of cherry.
And
honey. I get a lot of honey.
And what I'm hearing is that like when I try to think of like something to like a sound I'm hearing, I just hear the footsteps of snow. You know, like just like that
crunch.
That crunch. Yeah, exactly.
I get honey, tiny bit of cherry, apple, tiny bit of alcohol, almost bitterness, almost a little nip, but it doesn't quite evolve into something offensive. It's very light. The smell is dense. I don't mean light as I mean.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just the thought that just ran through my mind, because like I'm still like where I am, and so I'm not gonna lie. So this thought went through my head, and I kind of developed it a little bit more because I thought it'd be funny. I have inside my head like the crunch of someone stepping in snow, and what I'm seeing now is Matthew McConaughey riding up on a majestic deer.
Wait, deer or a buck? Does it have
buck.
antlers?
Yeah, it has antlers. It's a
okay.
buck. It's a majestic buck.
Does this buck have a long branch between its antlers? The nose is very good on this. It really is. It's not outstanding, but this is actually a very good nose. Very honey to me. A little bit of wood, cherry, apple. It's nice though. It is nice.
It's one of those smells that you can live inside of. Like,
yeah. Maybe not as long as some, because there is a bit of an ethanol type hint in the background.
And I am getting that.
Almost like apples almost the apples fermenting kind of. To be honest. It's very sweet. You ready for this?
I am.
Bottoms up.
Yep.
That was unfortunate. It ended quick.
Yes, and
it's really good, and then goes, bye. Where'd you go? Wait, why?
What? I gotta say, this is kind of exactly what I would expect from something that has Matthew McConaughey's name on it. And that's not like an insult. It's just, it
doesn't overstay its welcome.
Doesn't overstay its welcome. It's smooth, yet has a bit of a bite on the back end of it. And it kind of sticks in the throat a bit. Not in terms of taste, but in terms of that, like, that warmth and that filling.
So, give me a second whiff and taste, and I'll tell you what my first impressions and. So what I got initially was a nice balanced sweetness, followed immediately by a pepper wood, that transformed a little bitter. It got a little bitter on me, and then went back to a cherry crisp sweetness, and then it went cherry, then crisp sweetness, and then gone. It almost fell off an immediate cliff. It just full on vanished basically on me. But there was a warmth that went down the throat, very inviting, hugging. Didn't overstay its welcome. I have nothing left in my mouth. There's no flavor in my mouth.
There's no flavor. Like the most like definitive part of that experience for me was literally what happened in my throat. Like it just there is this feeling that's just sticking there. There's like this warm coating of some sort.
Fair. Yeah, it was very balanced for me though. It was not. It hinged on some minor moments like that bitterness that came. But overall, I still very much like that. That was good. I've clearly had some before, not necessarily reviewing it. This is the first time I've reviewed this and really tried to dive into this one. But no, it was good. I liked it. It wasn't amazing. Matthew McConaughey, enjoy your Lincoln.
It's definitely a drink I would like to sit down and like sip on, because it's not even necessarily about the taste, because the taste was good.
Yeah.
Well, again, what it was for me, like this is probably the very first drink I've experienced that was less about the taste and just more about the general like physical feeling that it provided inside of my mouth.
I mean, it was very good for what was there. I'm not displeased with that. I can't remember the MSRP on this. I'm sure it's different for everybody anyway. Would I drink this over the regular Wild Turkey 101 or like the Wild Turkey Rare Breed? For me personally, no. I would prefer. Actually, I think I'd take this over the 101 just a hair, just because for some reason there's just. It was nice and not overstaying its welcome. And if you drink this, I'm sure the more and more you go, the less offensive it'll be, and it'll be good. This would actually be really good with mixes.
I could definitely see that. Yeah, I think that would be nice.
Because it would give you that. It's strong enough that it'll give you a nice whiskey kick in the beginning, and then it would just kind of lay down and let the sweetness or whatever you're mixing it with to shine on the back end. Mm-hmm. Which I think, if it mixes in that way, in that ideal scenario, I think it honestly would be great. I'd honestly say check it out with some mixes if you do happen to get your hands on it. If this does sound like something you're interested in, it's good though. I liked it. So yeah, personally, I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
So the next one we got is probably one of the prettiest bottles I have in my collection. I actually did review this once before. It's one of my initial reviews before I started having people with me. This is actually etched into the bottle. It's representation of Bob Dylan, former musician. He does a lot of.
Said that with such determination.
He's a former musician. I don't know how much music he really makes these days, but he. I got it from finecast.com. This was a exclusive single barrel cask strength, so it is rocking 122.8 proof. or 61.4 ABV. Oh, which, by the way, it said it on the bottle. I didn't exactly read it. It's 86 proof or 43 ABV for Long Branch. So this is a specific one by Foncast.com. Bottle number 11, barrel 61, sitting in, like I said, 122.8. So Bob Dylan makes, in his spare time, he does a lot of welding, and he makes fences, gates for fences and stuff. So this is actually one of his gates. He gets a bunch of junk, he welds them together to make really intricate and weird fences, which he can sell for upwards of like...
Hi, future me here editing, and just wanted to let you know that this next part is not correct. I did state that it'll be quite a bit higher than what I can find reported online to be one of the more expensive things. Apparently the US government paid for an $84,000 sculpture of his, but I can't say anything for as high as I'd say here in a moment. So take that with a massive grain of salt, and I'm sure someday in the future, 300K is not out of the question. Anyway, back to your scheduled programming that's not as regular.
$300,000.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, they're interesting, but
$300,000.
Yep. I don't know if it's for his namesake or the creativity, what people really like in it. I don't have a problem with it. I think this is pretty. I think this is cool, but I ain't paying $300 for the friggin' fence. Distiller Series, our annual single barrel bourbon limited allocation is comprised both of our own distilled barrels and sourced from partnering whiskey makers. So we got one from Indiana, which is most likely MGP, which is one of the biggest providers of whiskey in America. They produce a ton of bourbons and whiskeys for a lot of different companies, and they source them out. These are the specific things. Toast medium, blah blah blah. Char number 3, which is a very common one.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah, and the top. Look at that, a little brass in the middle, and Heaven's Door. That is a very pretty, and I just really like this bottle. It's just a very pretty bottle. Presentation is A+. It is very good for this bottle, especially if I get rid of these advertisement tag type things. It's just a pretty bottle. So let's hear this one. Okay, that was a thing. Wasn't
the pop was there.
Lackluster. It was a little lackluster. Right. So this is no weak. Okay, sticking a bit. Didn't want to go. It's not a weak whiskey. This is like I said, 122 proof, 122.8, which is it's gonna be heavy. All right. So I expect there to be a lot of cling to the glass of oil, specifically due to the fact that it's higher proof. It's less cut with water. The cling is incredibly light, surprisingly. Huh. All right, let's go in for a nose.
That's
Less sweet.
It's intriguing.
There's something about Mary.
I can't quite put my finger on it.
I could definitely tell the proof in the nose. I can't get as close. Cherry.
I'm seeing a wheat field at sunset.
I'm smelling barbecue.
I'm loving how we're completely on two different.
So I'm getting like not necessarily actual sweet barbecue type thing. I'm getting like after the grill's kind of done, you've pulled everything off and you're trying to burn off everything. That char, like it was formerly barbecue, kind of burning off. You're trying to burn off some of the extra stuff that's sitting on the grates. I got a hint of that. Just a very light sweetness and a char smell. It's good though. quickly smelt my hand to see if it was coming from my hand. It's not.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know why
good,
my
though.
head is like I'm standing. Yeah,
You're standing, yeah?
I'm standing in Wheatfield. It's sunset. There's a nice breeze. But no, that doesn't fit. Actually, no, that's not right. Hold on.
It's got to live in the glass a little more, people. Give him a moment. Where does this take you?
No, I still see that Wheatfield, but what's weird about it is that the smell itself is not. It's like that's where it's taking me, but the smell isn't there. It's weird.
So it's almost like disjointed a bit.
Yeah.
I get that. I get the burning charcoal, and then I get a sweetness. I can't pinpoint the sweetness, to be honest. So again, this is a cask strength single barrel. Unless you get this exact one, you're probably not going to taste the same thing. This is a specific special one for finecast.com. But yeah, it's good.
I'm not sure if I like or dislike that.
It's just
Yeah. Alright.
ready to taste it?
Yeah.
Ready to taste it. Go for it. That burn.
Yeah. That everything about that.
That was dense and very. I know you might disagree from your particular reaction.
Mhm.
I really liked that.
Did you?
Oh my god!
I can see
yeah.
how. I'm not. It's like. Hold on. I'm going in for a second taste.
That burn is a bit much in the beginning. I let it sit in my mouth for a while, and then I slowly swallowed it, trying to taste everything that I could.
Okay, so what you said, that disjointed, that was a perfect way to describe it. I don't dislike this, but I don't like it either. It's like I can see exactly why someone would enjoy this as a drink. I feel that warmth, I feel that bite. I can see exactly what someone would enjoy aside of this. I don't know if it's something I particularly would go looking for though.
Yeah. So my thing with this is I'm actually going to re-pour both of us just a tiny bit. What I want you to do is pour a tiny bit into the cap of your water bottle.
Okay.
And then you're going to drop that bit of water, that tiny bit of water, just a drop, into the whiskey. And we're going to, basically we're cutting it a little bit to tone down the strength of this. Because I want to try to bring out some of the flavors and see if there's anything extra in this that we're missing. So that proof might be hiding a lot of the flavors, and maybe it either coaxes something you like out of it, or maybe it brings something you dislike out of it. So I'm gonna try this. Just let it sit for a sec. Tiny bit of a swirl. Going back to the nose. Ooh, it got sweeter.
Yeah. Now the smell. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
It got sweeter. Brown sugar. This isn't honey like the long branch. This is brown sugar.
Now that breeze in my head makes a lot more sense.
Deep, rich brown sugar.
And that's I'm
little
thinking
bit of
that's
cherry.
I'm thinking that's why my brain went to like a Wheatfield at sunset, like that. Just that view of like golden brown.
Okay.
You know.
Your brain was trying to tell you brown sugar.
Yeah.
Something warm and inviting and very dense, but also not aggressive.
Yes, exactly.
I get a tiny bit of cherry, a lot of brown sugar, a bit of wood, peppery wood. There's nothing that stands out that's incredible about the nose. It's very run-of-the-mill, but just strong whiskey.
Yeah.
It just bourbon. It smells like bourbon. And it smells like a good bourbon, not bad, not overly powerful, just a good bourbon.
It's something you would enjoy if you just, in general, enjoy the smell of bourbon.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a very generalized.
Yeah.
I'm ready to taste this.
All right, let's go for it.
A lot less burn.
Or less.
It's a classic bourbon. No wonder I like it. I like bourbon, and I just liked it. It toned down a lot of the flavors to be a little more palatable, and the burn was a lot less. I get wood, cherry, brown sugar, deep, rich brown sugar. I got more rich brown sugar in the last one, which is great and all, but your thoughts? Looking very puzzled.
I get that wood. The thing that just is standing out to me is just the general warmth of it, and I'm still kind of where I was before with the feeling of just like, I get why people would like it, but I don't know if it's necessarily for me. You know,
I get it.
and again, it's so baffling. And maybe that's just how bourbon is for me in general. it's just a baffling. It's just got my brain in a complete and total conundrum.
He's a single malt person, as we're slowly discovering. The last episode where we checked out single malt, it was a lot more up his alley, and he figured out it's definitely more his thing. Which is funny, because the first episode we did was mostly single malt, because we had the two Glenfiddichs.
Yeah.
Half the bottles were Glenfiddich, single malt, and then we had a Harmony, which is a mixed, but leaning towards more of the malt.
Jay likes discovering things about himself.
Jay does. Jay likes
It makes him excited.
he likes his malts so far, and more so specifically, he actually prefers Hibiki Harmony probably the most at this point.
Hibiki,
Westward was
I was in love with.
Yeah, you were infatuated with that one.
I haven't had Hibiki in a while.
So yeah,
I'll
it's
probably
hard to tell.
Yeah.
We'll check it out again.
Yeah.
Sometime soon. You can do a back-to-back comparison. And
No,
just
it'd be-
see what's interesting.
Actually, it'd be good, a fun one, actually, as an episode, a little outtakes moment or whatever. A fun episode could be, like sampling the favorites.
Yeah, that is something I had in mind actually. I wanted to take do a couple episodes where we take our favorites and just kind of put them next to each other and just try them. So after every guest that I have does like 4 or 5 episodes, we're going to take their 4 or 5 favorites. We'll do a comparison thing, and then we'll just see where we land, which one's our favorites.
That's one. Another one would be good is like take maybe like 4 or 5 guests or 2 or 3 guests. And have them each select one that is their tried and true favorite and have everybody taste it and see what
I need a bigger set.
yeah.
Oh man, I liked it. You were lukewarm on it.
Yeah.
Don't hate it, don't like it.
Yeah. The word I would use is
Not your thing?
You hit it. You hit it perfectly, the nail perfectly on the head, which was disjointed. Like that perfectly describes my experience of that.
Fair enough. All right. So this next one.
We'll get to in just a moment after a word from our sponsors. No.
I set it up in a way that would screw you. No, I've been sipping water as I've been talking for a little bit since I put it down because I'm trying to make sure my palate's as clear as possible. Even though I'd prefer to have my palate more on the last one. So, Proper 12. Yeah. So it's in triple distilled Irish whiskey. So this is an Irish whiskey. This is definitely different than the 2 bourbons we had. Anyway, Conor McGregor, and then that's the master distiller. Wow, it just says Conor McGregor in his signature, and then for this one they just go master distiller. Signature. Who? I'm sure it says probably somewhere else on here. Anyway, this is the lightest ABV. We went from the highest to the lowest, which is properly balanced. I have tried this before, even on the channel, and description is rich and smooth. Well, we'll see. So, does have a decent pop. I do like that. Probably better than the other two, to be honest. And then let's see Jabril's opinion on this one. See how much works for him. That is a nice little squeak coming back in. Squeaking it.
So,
yeah.
so we got.
I poured a little less for myself.
Are you feeling it?
No, I just not.
Yeah. Why did you give me so much?
It's not that I gave you so much. That's actually relatively decent.
Okay.
But the problem is
Ooh. You're not?
I am not a fan of this one. This one is I
actually had a chance to try get a whiff of this before the episode started. I chose not to. I wanted to save it.
Yeah.
I'm liking. I'm sorry.
Give all of your notes before I start talking, because I want to let you. Because I want people to hear two different perspectives. They've probably haven't watched my other video, but if you haven't, check it out. It's kind of crap, but hey, it's mine. They've heard my opinion potentially, and they can always go back and hear it. Otherwise,
just cool, just nice and cool. Nice and cool. It's got a bit of a spiced to it. That's all. Like, I don't even know where I am. It's just the biggest thing is just like, yeah, the air is cool. It's a bit icy on the intake of breath, but it's not uncomfortable. So it's just if you're someone who's a fan of just like a chill in the air, that's what I'm getting from
so
this.
I'm going to use the way you describe things to kind of describe how I'm feeling towards this one.
Okay.
So you find yourself eyes closed
Mm-hmm.
in a room.
Okay.
You have ear protection on.
Mm-hmm.
You smell aftershave. Kind of like the old aftershave that you put on burns and everything. Kind of like a cool, slightly minty menthol, slightly vanilla smell. And you smell spent gunpowder. You're at a firing range. I get a metallic-y, spent gunpowder, sulfury, vanilla, metallic, cool, minty.
Yeah,
This is not for me.
I am not surprised by what it is that you're saying. I can see it. I guess my mind just immediately just went to like, yeah, just exactly.
Hey, everyone's opinion is valid.
Mm-hmm.
Your opinion is yours.
Even
You're
owls?
allowed, huh? Did you say even owls?
I said even olives.
Okay, people, this episode's done. See ya. Bye. Okay, we're back. Anyway, no, shut up. All right, you ready to taste this?
Yeah.
We'll cheers on this one too.
Yay.
Regret.
That wasn't much of anything.
I mean, we're coming off 122.8 proof, and this is 80 proof.
Yeah. That was about exactly what that smell
Almost
was from.
43 proof less.
Yeah.
So I get a metallic, I get a vanilla, and then I get water. It's like a metallic-y vanilla, which, some Irish whiskeys kind of have that bright and shiny quality to it, and vanilla.
Oh, this is disgusting. What popped this out of my head?
But this does have a bit of sulfur, and it has metal shavings in it to me.
So,
and is not particularly pleasant.
So I'm gonna say the polite thing first. which is depending on whose interpretation of the smell that you get, either mine or Tom's, I feel like that this, no matter which one you go to, the taste delivers exactly on what the smell promises on either one.
Yeah.
That being said, to be a little bit unpolite, sorry, Conor McGregor, this tastes the way that markers smell. Just Expo, Sharpie, whatever the f*** you're thinking of, that's exactly what this tastes like. Sorry. I made a promise that I wouldn't do that, and I did it.
It's all good. Just more work for me.
Yeah, just.
It's okay. People like the cork pops.
Yeah.
I hope. Nobody watches the video, so I'm going with I hope.
Yeah, that's exactly like. Wow, that was that. Yeah,
that was underwhelming and not pleasant to me. Did you at least think it's okay? Was it well enough for you?
You see, the thing about it is that I feel like you disliked it. I feel more like, not necessarily that I disliked it. I think the worst crime for it for me was the fact that it had no impacts. Like,
again, that may purely be due to the fact that we had 122.8 proof before then.
that is fair.
So there is such a burn coming from that one, and
Yeah.
we're stepping down so dramatically to the proper 12. It's just,
even in the taste, like,
it was very light.
Yeah.
Very, very light.
And so, like, the biggest thing is just that it's for me personally, in my personal opinion, it's fairly unremarkable. It just feels like something that you can kind of just down. And I'm not a huge fan of alcohol like that.
Yeah, I'm not here for drinking. I'm here for an experience.
Exactly.
A memory, something triggered, something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If I just want to get plastered, that's easy enough to do with many different things.
Yeah.
But I'm not really about that. I'm specifically here to taste something to invoke memories and have an experience, journey.
Yeah, exactly. That took me nowhere. Like I said, like all I got was like the
nice cool. That's
nice
kind of
cool,
what you described.
Yeah, the chill in the air. But for all I
wish we had chill in the air. It's hot in here.
Well,
that was prior to drinking.
Well, I knew that I could have been like in a dark, still room, which kind of actually fit with your personal description.
Not really that dark. I think they're usually pretty well lit. Either way, for me, it's slightly offensive. So no, it's not bad enough that I go, holy cow, I could never drink this. And to be honest, when I first had it, my opinion was closer to yours. It was okay. I didn't mind it. It was all right. It was all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it evolved to holy cow, no, this is not for me. As I tasted other whiskeys and as my palate kind of evolved, it slowly turned to heck no. And there's a couple Irishes that I really like, that tend to I like Jameson, I like Redbreast 12, I like there's Irishes that I like. This is not one of them. Not one of them.
No.
So, sorry, Conor McGregor. I'm sure you can beat me into a pulp, but I'm sorry. It's just not for me. You enjoy it, buddy.
Did you have to put the buddy on him?
I'm not Canadian. Sorry, I still said it. This has been drank a little bit.
A little bit.
This
has been drink. And we just stopped.
It is Lagavulin Isla Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, Offerman Edition, finished in Guinness casks.
Get a look at that picture right there.
Look at that mug.
It's meant to be like a caricature.
Hundreds.
Yeah, exactly. Like his ancestor who started it.
I mean, established in 1816.
Nicholas Offerman the First.
So I know. So I'm going to read specifically a little thing from Offerman here at the bottom of the bottle. I've traveled the world and sampled many attempts at pleasing nectars. Okay.
Got a bit of a Nick Offerman going there, man.
But it's solely. My brain melted.
We're gonna cut this out.
Yeah. Anyway, so this one is 46%. So we're talking 92 ABV. So on the box, which I stupidly did not bring, it says something about this it being dedicated to his father. His father taught him to work with his hands and some other stuff. Honestly, if there is any one of these celebrities that I would actually like to meet, or any celebrity in real life, it would honestly be Nick Offerman.
Nick is without a doubt a solid performer. Like every time I see him in anything, I'm just giddy.
I mean, most of us were first introduced to him from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And even at the end of Parks and Rec, he actually goes to the Lagavulin Distillery and
my introduction to him was actually We're the Millers, where he plays a DEA agent.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. Making it. It's actually him co-starring with what's her name? The lead of Parks and Rec.
Amy Poehler?
Amy Poehler, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I honestly, 100%, if I had a chance to meet him, I would do it. I'd have him on this channel that nobody watches.
Actually, no. Actually, I'm mistaken. Making it is a competition series. I'm wrong. It's
okay. Yeah, no. I think I have seen something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not.
Yeah.
He's hosting it. Yeah.
He's hosting it.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember seeing something on Netflix, Hulu, one of the streaming services. But yeah. Would love to meet him. I honestly, also, even if he invited me to work on a wood project I'd just be like, yes, whatever you need me to do. You need me to just sweep up the shavings? I got you, buddy. Let's go. Let's do this.
Actually, he also he has a podcast with his wife called In Bed with Nick and Megan. So.
Yes, which I've never actually watched, and it's a crime. I've seen this stand-up, though.
I have a long list of shit on Spotify that I'm like, I need to listen to or whatever, and yeah, it just sits in my playlist.
Well, all I know is that we need to open this one.
Tough.
Very squeaky, did not want to let go.
Like
and then when it did, it was just kind of like, meh. So, again, this is peated. Smoky. Very smoky. So, peated specific. Oh my god, I'm at half a bottle. I'm sad now. I'm sad. Anyway, peated. So this is an Isla. Got a little bit of focus. Yeah. Focus. A little bit of clean. So this is an Isla. So that means they use peat to dry the barley. It's a single malt, which you do like single malts.
That I'm getting. I automatically like. This is definitely peated, no doubt.
Campfire.
Yes.
I get campfire and cream.
Yes.
Creamy campfire, as weird as it sounds.
Yeah.
It's not as offensive as some. What is offensive? Gonna push you into traffic. No, it's not as offensive. Not offensive. Offensive really isn't the right word here. So Ardbeg, aggressive. Aggressive is the word I was looking for. So Ardbeg is far more aggressive on the peat. A couple of the other ones. This is it's prominent but gentle.
I'm getting like.
That's where the cream comes in.
You're sitting at the fire, and you're definitely cooking in something that's got barbecue on it. Like it's just.
Really?
Yeah. Like kind of like caramelized.
It's a sweetness. But
yes.
But here's the thing, though. For me, this isn't a barbecue dense, rich sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
It is like confectioner sugar, the powdered sugar, basically. It's a very light and delicate sweetness with a cream. almost a caramel campfire. That's kind of what I get.
Maybe that's
Almost
where I'm
desserty.
Maybe that's the meat in the middle. Like I'm caramelizing something right now.
That sounds wrong.
Just after sunset. Like there's still a bit of light in the air. Like not a bit of light. Like it's a night sky, but there's like that like redness on the horizon.
Yeah, it's sunset basically. Just barely sunset. It's just set, and you've got that glow from the sun being down, but it's not 100% dark yet. You ready to taste this one?
Hell yeah.
Let's cheers. Bottoms up.
Tom looks so satisfied right now. He didn't even allow for a second taste. He just took it all.
I'm gonna cry. No, it's not. Try not to oversell this.
No, it's really nice. It's a really nice drink. It's that flavor is quiet. It's comforting, and it doesn't go down difficult. You know, it's a true to form smooth drink, and like is peated through and through. You know? Like for sure.
And don't misinterpret the smooth drink in terms of like being very gentle. It states itself. It's very very aware. It wants to make sure that you are aware of it, but it just does not. It doesn't quite hit you. It is very light. I am describing things so very wrong here. I'm trying to figure out. So it wants to be known, but is a very. It's almost like someone who's modest.
Yeah, no,
it stands out, but it's just like
I was just about to say it's a character that you can't forget. It is someone who doesn't
very likable.
Yes, exactly. It's completely likable. It's that friend, that coworker who just they're not exploding onto the scene, but you definitely notice them, and it's a person who is modest, but you're like, no, come on, man.
You know you're better than that.
Yeah. Hey, it's Tim. Tim's great. Oh man, come on now.
I love this.
Yeah.
Guinness it's good. I like Guinness.
I gotta say,
but my God, something about this is just.
I gotta say that this is actually. I'm nowhere near shocked that Tom really enjoys this. I kind of feel like this is a perfect description of your person.
It's good. I really like this. This is It's nice.
It's very nice.
This is nice.
It's just nice, and I can understand. Like this is one of those drinks that because of it, the nature of it, I can see someone not falling in love with it, but I can see the exact type of person who would fall in love with it because it is
my hand.
Nice. I can see, I both figuratively and literally I can see the exact type of person who falls in love with it.
This is by far my winner personally. This is by far my favorite.
Well, no, it's my winner too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let's move this front and center. Nick, if you're watching, I know you're certainly not. Thank you for getting in touch with Lagavulin. If you had any input on this whatsoever, thank you. For the people at Lagavulin Distillery, I thank you. All right, that's enough of my complete and utter ridiculous attitude towards this. But no, honestly, fantastic, amazing, love it. Appreciate anybody who had to involve in this because this is my jam.
No, man, that was very satisfying. In every sense of the word, because it's just a perfect note to end on because it's both like you said, it is modest even though it has nothing to be modest about.
Well, thank you guys for joining us, for watching. Appreciate every one of you. All of nobody. Anyway, it's been fun. Jabril, Jay, do you have anything you would like to plug? Anything, including yourself, social?
I mean, I don't have anything.
Cornbread.
I mean, unless you want to look at an
Ostrich
Instagram.
teeth.
Olive.
Olive. There we go. Olive, people. Olive.
Unless you like an Instagram that doesn't ever do anything at all.
Sounds like mine.
Yeah.
Picture of a Christmas tree from 2017.
I only
That's it?
recently updated my profile picture, so no. Yeah, I don't really have anything. I do have some people that I do enjoy to watch that I would like.
Get unicorn ice trays.
No. That would be no way. Thank you.
Cutting back in. There's some people that I personally like who are not heavy drinkers, but they are definitely enjoyers of a good whiskey, a good dark drink. First off, there's Mr. Revan7 on Twitch. He's a video game streamer, but he does enjoy a good drink from time to time himself, as well as Vanity Spheres. These guys are, again, they're both Twitch streamers, and they both understand a good drink. So go check them out. They're some of the coolest people on the entire platform. They engage with their audience, and they're super chill. So if you want to go check those guys out, for sure, do it. As for me, I got nothing going on, so if you find me, you find me.
Yeah, no, honestly, people, what he just said will be in the description. Check it out. Nothing wrong with it. Enjoy it. Yeah, so that's been us. Honestly, go find a whiskey that's right for you and drink up, enjoy, and stay safe.